Yeah, just wait, I'm coming.
Are we on?
You can start reading in a second.
Right.
Let me just join you here. Okay.
All right. I have spent hours trying to come up with these words. But every time I try, images force themselves into my mind's eye. Images so horrific, so disgusting, so evil, so dark and depressing that they soil the soul and fill me with guilt that my mind can generate such a thing. Yet these pictures, these images, the real ones, not the ones in my imagination, are uploaded 500,000 times a day by Twitter, via Twitter. Child porn, until recently, those two words played no part in my life. Frankly, I didn't want to know. I wasn't even sure if there were adults involved. And then, bless or curse the day, I heard about the destruction of Daisy. You ready for this? I wasn't. An 18-month-old baby is tortured and killed. And it's on video. It is accessible through Twitter. I haven't seen it. I don't have the guts. Eddie's seen it. I know that once seen, it can't be unseen. I don't want to open the door to such horror. It was enough that flashes of a naked infant, damn it, tortured, screaming in uncomprehending agony, did make subliminal attacks on my consciousness as they are doing right now as I speak to you. Enough, basta. It had happened, it is over. There is nothing I can do about it. And that was that. I did ask why. I was told it was a sex thing. And bang went my brag that nothing could ever blow my mind again. I had seen and heard it all, but I had not. And that would have been that. Things without all remedy shall be without regard. What's done is done. I had a Shakespeare quote to deal with such things. Until next day. As if the universe was conspiring. No, I'm not in the slightest spiritual or religious or hold any beliefs or things metaphysical. But next day, I read that Noah Pothoven of Arnhem, which is of course in Holland, had asked to be euthanized.
Excuse me.
Euthanized. You mean killed? She asked to be killed. Yes, the day before her death, Noah posted, I breathe, but I do not, and I no longer believe. The reason? She had been molested and raped as a child. Just think about this for a minute if you can. If the gates that protect your sanity will allow a crack to let this through. Think about a 17-year-old girl, one morning, getting dressed to go to an appointment. They were going to inject her with a chemical that would end her life, kill her. And that is the lesser horror. There was still one tiny place to hide. The girl had not thought it through. She would regret it. It was an impulsive action that she would have realized if the euthanized people had just said no. But my little escape hatch was blocked. A day or two later, the euthanized people had said no. Listen to this. Noah went home and lay on her bed until she died. She starved herself, whatever. She died on her bed. Never got up again. how does one, exposed to this truth, as we are, just carry on with bits and pieces of daily life? How does somebody ignore the fact, not a conspiracy, that there is a massive machinery out there called Twitter, amongst others? Twitter that produces on an industrial scale depression, crime, sadism, masochism, drug addiction, alcoholism, sexual abnormality, homelessness, prostitution, every evil and mental disfigurement we can come up with. On top of which must stand suicide. And as you might have seen, the movie Monster, the Charlize Theron biographical film of Eileen Wuornos' life, murder. And guess what? While I'm putting this shit together, one of those pop-up things that come up onto your computer screen, breaking news. Some fucking pervert, subhuman, with US government connections, has just been arrested for videos of infants and children with goats. Imagine the rest. Massive human trafficking of children for the sex industry, unthinkable violence against children, satanic rituals, you fucking name it, it's out there. It doesn't end, and I'm guessing it can't end, but it can be reduced, and reduced massively, because distribution of this stuff depends entirely on the internet. The massive growth of child porn, Google it, depends on distribution. And the biggest distributor, the biggest enabler, is Twitter. So let's start with them. Now, we've identified the enemy, but before we join battle, let's do a recon and ask for your support in this. Let's do a recon of their motivation, offensive hardware, and their defenses. Vital is not to underestimate their resources. This is a multi-billion-dollar criminal enterprise. We're facing people in high places, lawyers, judges, politicians, billionaires, organized crime. If this scares you, leave the room now. Jack Dorsey, he's the head of Twitter. We are calling you out. You are aiding and abetting the torture, murder, and damage of millions of children. Child pornography uploads, of which Twitter is a major player, run at 500,000 a day. 500,000 images a day of children being tortured and sexually molested, and infants a day are uploaded. We are putting you on terms, Jack Dorsey. You will end distribution of child pornography on Twitter immediately. Know that we know that every second you spend looking for a way out, you ruin the lives of thousands of infants and children. If you have any shame, or if you can find shame, you will give a large portion of your $5 billion, some of which has been made through child pornography. You will give a large portion of your $5 billion, whatever the fuck it is, dollars, to improve the health of the planet that the children will inherit. David and Goliath? Yes. But let's see which one of us is which. You with your billions of dollars, or us, the millions with good hearts. Done.
Good.